Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om. Blessed self-adorations. Today we will continue on the mystery of the soul, Katha Upanishad, Day 3. The mystery of the soul, Katha Upanishad, translated in English by Puji Gurudev, Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj. My humble Sashtang pranams at the holy lotus feet of Puja Gurudev, Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj. Thank you, Gurudev, for imparting this knowledge to us. Let us take deep breaths and thank the entire saints and sages, think of them, who have worked so hard to give us this knowledge. We humbly bow down to you. So Day 3, Katha Upanishad, Chapter 1, Section 1, Mantra 1. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinam Vaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So beginning with chapter 1, before that, the peace chant for this Upanishad is Om Sahana Bhavatu. So that is why we have chanted this mantra, and we have already studied on what this mantra means. So Mantra 1, Chapter 1, Section 1, Mantra 1, Om. Once the son of Vajashrava, desirous of the fruit of sacrifice here means the fire sacrifice, homam or havan jo bolte hain, this is what it is, homam or havan, the sacrifice. So that sacrifice, so desirous of the fruit of sacrifice, or also donation is also a sacrifice, because something that you could have had it for yourself, now you want to donate it, you want to give it, and that is a sacrifice also. So gave away all his wealth to Brahmanas. He had a son whose name was Nachiketa. So remember, father's name Vajashrava, and the son's name is Nachiketa. So the father Vajashrava, he was desirous of fruit of sacrifice. So what he did, he gave away all his wealth to the Brahmins. There lived a sage in ancient times. He was known by various names: Gautam, Audalaki, Aruni, and Vajasravasa. So this is the name of the sage. So there he was known by many names. Desirous of heaven, the reward of sacrifices. So reward of sacrifices, getting to heaven. And remember, we had already talked about what heaven is. Even up to heaven, you have to come back and be reborn. Heaven is not liberation unless you get krama mukti. Krama mukti is you keep moving upwards at certain level and you never slip back because you have attained that much of karma, good karma, that you deserve liberation. But just because you have not used up all your even good karmas, then you get this krama mukti. Slowly you keep moving upwards until you get the final mukti, which is called yuja. You merge into the Lord. Sa yuja. So desirous of heaven, the reward of sacrifices, he commenced the performance of a sacrifice called Vishwajit. In this sacrifice, the performer gives away all that he possesses in the form of gifts to the Brahmanas. And he had a son named Nachiketa. So he was a sage, Vajasrava, and his son Nachiketa. So he wanted to do the best, good punyas, good karmas, so that he could go to heaven. So he had this desire of going to heaven up to that point. So chapter 1, section 1, mantra number 2. Nachiketa, who was yet a boy, only of 5 years old, just like Narad ji, he was 5 years old, was overcome by divine faith when the gifts were being given, and he thought thus. So Nachiketa is such a small boy. He had the divine faith, and the thoughts that came in his mind are, Udalaka loved his son most dearly. The wealth of Udalaka was mostly in the form of cows. So Vajasrava was the sage and his son was Udalaka, and Udalaka's son was Nachiketa. I am correcting mantra number 1 here. It was a little, once a desires the fruit of sacrifice. So because it was Vajasrava, it seemed like he was the father of Nachiketa, but sorry, it's not that. Further here in the mantra 2 is explained further, where it says Udalaka. So anyway, Udalaka also, Aruni and Vajasrava and Gautama, they were the names of the father of Nachiketa, different names he was known by. So Udalaka loved his son most dearly. The wealth of Udalaka was mostly in the form of cows. So the sage had divided the cows. So he was a sage. He divided the cows into 2 groups. So I can tell you in short, but I will read everything. And you'll be surprised to hear the total story, though, how a little boy can become a guru for an elderly or for the father. So The sage had divided the cows into two groups. All young and milk cows were kept in one group for the sake of his son Nachiketas. All old and barren cows were kept in another group to be given as charity. These old cows were too weak to eat or drink. They could not give milk. So this is a very big lesson over here. It shows too many things in between these lines. So why did he keep the good cows for his son? Because of attachment. The main disease here is attachment. The second one is greed. He was greedy of the good cows, and that's why he was keeping for his son. And why? Because he was so attached to his son. Even though he had a desire to go to heaven, but here he does not have a balanced mind. So these old cows were kept separate, and the young ones that were giving milk were kept separate for his son. The old ones were there to say, okay, these ones can be given out for charity, and these cows were too weak to eat or drink, and they could not give milk. So Udalaka commenced his charity by giving away these barren and emaciated cows. He kept all beautiful and young cows for his own son Nachiketas. So Nachiketas had great faith in the scriptures. Seeing the improper charity of his father, he reflected within himself. Whatever action, this is a big lesson for us. Everyone, those who follow that path where I don't like this, let me give it to someone. No. Yeah, give it to not to us. Instead of throwing, you give it out as charity because someone else will like it. Yes. However, don't give the torn or even like used clothes. Don't give the bad ones that nobody can wear it. Give something gently used that can be used by someone. And the best thing is that you give the best one. The one you like, give that one. When you pick the flowers from the garden, please pick the best ones for the Lord. Because what's the point in giving the bad ones, the ones that's already getting bad? When you pick the fruits to offer to the Lord for prasadam or to give it to someone, pick the beautiful ones, the good ones, the tasty ones. Just like Sabri, she was so ignorant that full of devotion, and yet didn't think about not tasting the fruit, because the Lord will eat. Because we always say, don't give juta bear means something that's already been tasted or used. So she did not think about that. She had so much purity in heart, that she tasted each bear to see if it's sweet. So if it's sweet, she kept it. If it's sour, she would throw away, because she knew my Lord will come one day and will taste or will eat the bear which she will offer us. Every day she picked bear, every day. And she spread flowers on the road, on the path, that Lord Rama will tread on it. So here, I'm deviating a little bit. So whatever action, so now Nachiketas is reflecting, whatever action is conducive to the happiness of others leads one to happiness here and hereafter. This is the teaching of the scriptures. My father is giving away old cows to the Brahmins, but these cows cannot increase the happiness of the recipients. On the other hand, they will be a cause of pain, actually, yes, because they'll have to take care of these cows, they'll have to feed them, they probably will have to call a veterinary, and yet they will not get any milk out of these cows. So in a way, it will become more work, more expenses for these Brahmins. So Nachiketas contemplated on it and thought about the scriptures. What does the scripture say about it? And then he came up with this, that these cows will not give happiness to the Brahmins, and on the other hand, they will be a cause of pain. So what's the use? Okay, what use are these cows for these Brahmins? So we'll stop here, and tomorrow we'll continue with mantra number 3. So you all can think about what you do when you have to give gifts, or when you have to do dan. Dan means donation to anyone, to the needy or to the Brahman. Then what do you do? Do you pick up the very best things, or do you, of course budget is there, then budget will mean still pick the good things but give little bit. If you have smaller budget, do smaller donation but of quality. Not that sometimes people also do this. They are beggars, and they want to give some food, but they are not the best food. They are not the average is good, but don't give them the bad food. Don't give them stale food. Okay, this is leftover, it's gone bad, we can't eat, so let's go give it to someone. No, don't you ever do that. That is very bad. It's a bad karma. So you'd rather not give than to be giving something spoiled to somebody to eat. Or the fruits are getting rotten, let's give it out. No, that's really not the right thing to do. So we will end here. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And I will pray for all beings here. Let us do that. We missed this prayer in the daily dose number 101. So we'll complement here. Om. So everyone in the entire world may receive this blessings of this Upanishad, our Satsanga, and may all flourish, may all heal. May the effulgence of light spread upon each one of us and our near and dear ones, and all those in the world who need this love and light protection. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiya Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiya Mamritat. Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashit Dukha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadagamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. May there be good health for all. May there be peace for all. May there be fullness, contentment for all. May there be auspiciousness for all. May all be happy. May all be free of troubles. May all see what is good. And may all sufferings end for all. समस्तलोकाः Sukhino bhavantu. May the universe be free of diseases and viruses. May all be nourished. May all have enough food, water, clothing, medicine, and may all have shelter. O Lord, lead us from unreal to real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Divine love, light, peace, healing, prosperity, bliss, Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti, Ram, 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 Ram. May Lord Rama protect each one of you and your near and dear ones. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This is Swami Lalita Priyananda from Sacramento, California. Hari Om Tat Sat.